Hey everybody, it's Olive. Welcome to the end of week 1 of Nonfiction November 2015. Today I would like to tell you about the first book that I read to satisfy the history challenge. That book is Sex with Kings by Eleanor Herman. I'll start off by saying that I did enjoy this book. Overall, I wanted to give it about a 3.5-star rating, but I rounded it up to 4 because I didn't feel right only giving it 3 stars. I more than just liked it, so I was comfortable giving it 4 stars. Although I found this book very entertaining, the way that it is structured, I had a lot of problems with. As I have said before, and as you can probably gather by the title and the cover, this book talks about mistresses of kings. I will say that it was not very explicit, not that I expected it to be. It is really impossible to know what happened behind closed doors, especially when it happened so many years ago. So this book is really talking about the things surrounding being a mistress and having a mistress, how a king went about acquiring a mistress, what the mistress's life was like, what happened to her when the king died, what happened to her children with the king, things of that nature. Because those are the topics that this book covers, that is how the chapters are broken down. So in the earlier chapters, you'll have topics covering how one became the mistress to a king, other things revolving around being a mistress, like what happened if the mistress had a husband, the lifestyle that the mistress led, and then finally, what happens if the king died while they were still a mistress, what they did after their tenure as main mistress. That part of the structure I did really enjoy. However, within each chapter, there are subsections that talk about something in particular regarding that larger topic. And then within each of those subsections, you're hearing about several different mistresses. I think Eleanor Herman had a really difficult task in organizing this book because it was either give the entire story of one mistress and then move on to another mistress's story, or break it down like she ended up doing by topic. Because she chose to break it down by topic, you're hearing about the same mistresses multiple times throughout the book, and it's really hard to keep them straight. You're reading a story about one mistress and you're like, I think I heard this name before, and you're flipping back and forth constantly. It's hard to get a full, clear image of what one mistress's life was like because you're getting it in chunks. However, I got through this book even more quickly than I thought I was going to because it is so entertaining. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to have this Nonfiction November challenge, because they are correct in saying that the truth is often stranger than fiction. Some of the stories of these mistresses transcends what I could ever dream of imagining. My favorite mistress in this book is hands down Nell Gwyn, who was a commoner mistress of Charles II. That girl was sassy and sarcastic. She did not get the respect she deserved because she was a low-born woman. Because she was low-born, she didn't get taken care of the way Charles II's other mistresses did, which is bull. The king's other mistresses liked to flaunt that they got more than Nell Gwyn. In fact, one of the mistresses rode past Nell Gwyn's house with her beautiful ornate carriage drawn by maybe 4 to 6 horses. She drove it in front of Nell Gwyn's house as basically like, look how much more I have than you. Nell Gwyn, who was of the opinion that a whore is a whore no matter how high-born you were, decided to retaliate. Her choice of retaliation was to get a cart drawn by oxen and drive it past the mistress's house saying, "Horse to market, ho!" If I had a time machine, I would want to go back and be best friends with Nell Gwyn. Let's be real. That was my favorite story from the book, but there are many, many good stories in this book. It is essentially a giant collection of gossip from across the centuries. If you want a really entertaining, really saucy nonfiction book, I would recommend this one. Just be aware of the issues with the structure. So yes, overall, I gave it a 4-star rating. I really enjoyed this one, and this now completes the history challenge for Nonfiction November. So, how's Nonfiction November going for you? Let me know down in the comments below. If you have any comments about this book, I'd love to hear those as well. I hope you're having a fabulous weekend. The next video that I will be posting regarding Nonfiction November will be again next Sunday, where I will be talking about my next pick for Nonfiction November, which is Lenin's Brother by Philip Pomper. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.